First off, I'd like to welcome you to our AP1 and integration webinar in relation to the recent changes, basically. I'm joined today by Kelly Cutler, our Knowledge Manager here at InfoTrack, Caitlin McPartlin, who's Trainee Solicitor at Prosperity Law, and myself, Rich Dibbins, and I'm the Integrations Manager here at InfoTrack. So, without further ado, early last year, apologies, April 2021, the Land Registry took a giant leap to moving away from paper-based processes. They launched the Electronic Digital Registration Service, or EDRS, as if we need any more acronyms within the legal world. Basically, what this meant is that more than 100,000 applications have been received through this service. Requisitions on basic errors are down 25%. And applications are processed and completed in half the time of an uploaded application, meaning law firms will save time and, more importantly, reduce their risk. So from November this year, the Land Registry will no longer accept scanned or PDF copies of AP1s for changes to existing titles via their portal. The good news, InfoTrack already has a solution in place and has done for some time. You'll be able to use our AP1 service, meaning no one needs to reinvent the wheel. Secondly, you can take advantage of the integration our AP1 product, like our other products, integrates back into DPS and Proclaim. So without further ado, I'm going to pass you over to Kelly, who's going to walk you through this recent change and the great features that InfoTrack has to offer around the AP1.
Thanks very much, Rich. So yeah, as mentioned, I'm Kelly Cutler. I am Knowledge Manager here at InfoTrack. So I'm just going to go through a quick PowerPoint of the changes, and then we'll jump into InfoTrack solution. I'm actually going to switch off my camera because I'm sure you'd rather see the presentation than my face. So bear with me just 1 second, and I'll share my screen. There we go. So the Land Registry Digital AP1 Mandate. What does that mean? So that means from November 2022, we will no longer accept scanned or PDF copies of AP1s for changes to existing titles using the Land Registry portal. Actually, currently up to 80% of AP1 submissions involve uploading physical paper documents. So what is the change? So the Electronic Document Registration Service, known as the EDRS, is when a PDF or a scanned form are uploaded onto the system for it to be read and reviewed by a caseworker as part of a manual process. The Digital Registration Service, known as the DRS, is when information is added in as data in predefined fields. Actually capturing it this way allows the system to read the data and check for any errors. So we're moving to the DRS. So why is the Land Registry going digital? They're going digital because there are current manual process delays and costs. We're experiencing a high number of requisitions. There are high volumes of support calls. So, there are long waits and poor service. There isn't a requisition management tool. And obviously we need to protect the register's data integrity as well. So what does this mean for the industry? It means quicker processing times, obviously digitalization of the process. You'll receive online guidance for submissions. You're going to get fewer errors and reduction in requisitions. And obviously that means there's opportunity for further innovation. So what things do you as a law firm need to consider? First of all, change management. Change challenges. So you need to get ahead of the change and not get stuck in the backlog. November is around the corner and it will be here before you know it. So you need to make sure you've got your processes in place. You obviously need to consider staff training and cater to individuals, and obviously ongoing real-time support as well. And from productivity point of view, again, registrations will be digital only. So that means no paper or PDF forms. You need to consider your software suitability, so your integrations with your case management system, and the ability to directly liaise with the caseworkers as well. And then from a compliance point of view, to be able to show an audit trail and how to report to regulators, full firm visibility of all your matters, including having a requisition management tool, and key dates automation. So what are the solutions available to you? The new digital process through the Land Registry DRS service, or a land registry partner integrated through the business gateway like in InfoTrack. So just to give you some stats on InfoTrack, we are Land Registry's key business partner and biggest user. We've been doing digital AP1 since 2016. We have 6 years of continuous software improvement. We've reduced requisitions by up to 30%, and we do over 550,000 submissions a year. So what do digital AP1s by InfoTrack look like? You'll get full guidance and expert support for every application. It's form flexibility, so you can do multiple forms in one application, like shared ownership and staircasing matters. We're integration specialists, so we integrate with leading CMS as well as lender panels. One-page form pre-populated and linked to the HMRC's SDLT5 and electronically signed deeds. And you'll receive our unique AP1 dashboard, which provides an application overview, auditing tools, requisitions, and cancellations. And looking ahead, what we're going to do is continue to invest in more experts for additional support. We're going to continue to expand our integration partners. We're going to add new lender management panels, and we're going to continue to reinvest back into the system. And there's just a testimonial from one of our long-standing clients who actually uses both SDLT and AP1 through InfoTrack. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to walking you through InfoTrack's end-to-end digital AP1 submission and management software. So I'm just going to switch my screen. There you go. So AP1 can be found in the post-completion workflow, naturally sitting behind the SDLT, where we similarly integrate with the HMRC, allowing you to digitally submit your stamp duty returns. And using both the post-completion services allows you to submit these in under 5 minutes. As I've mentioned, InfoTrack released our AP1 product back in 2016, and we continue to work very closely with the Land Registry to develop the business gateway services across the Land Registry services. What you're going to see here is our latest AP1 software, which has been built with the aim to make your post-completion process faster, more accurate, and reduce the potential for unnecessary requisitions. So what you're going to see here is our smart, interactive, one-page form. And like all InfoTrack products, your matter reference tells us about information already contained within your matter. So it's depending on whether you're accessing InfoTrack from your case management system or depending on the orders you've already placed with us, we can populate up to 90% of your AP1 form for you. So I'll pop in my matter. In terms of the matter, it's so important when it comes to reducing the time it takes to complete your AP1, removing the need to rekey information and reducing the potential for missed information. On this matter, I've already ordered a register and submitted my SDLT return. So as we work through the form, you'll be able to see how much information is actually already pre-populated for you. All required fields are asterisked, so you won't be able to submit your application with missing information. Registration type is our first required field, and for Land Registry portal customers, you should be used to selecting the registration type, but if you're unsure as to the registration type relevant to your application, you can head over to our FAQs for definitions plus lots of other AP1 tips and tricks. Today, we're going to be running through a simple discharge, transfer and charge application affecting the whole of the title. So dealing is the relevant registration type. Our title number has already pre-populated over, but we are able to add on further titles here. And we're also able to verify your title automatically for you, showing the address and if there is any pending registration status. And again, that reduces the risk of cancellation of your application due to an invalid title. We'll also pre-populate the local authority and the postcode. So now we can move on to selecting the priority applications we're looking to change the register with. Simply select the drop-down to see the wide range of application types easily identifiable with their form code and description. We also organise common forms into form bundles, making it quick and easy to select common applications like discharge, transfer and charge. And just like most forms, our AP1 form is about working left to right, top to bottom, reviewing the information from your file and documents and completing the relevant fields. We also integrate with our Sign It for Deeds product. So where your deeds have been electronically signed, on selecting yes, we'll automatically look for and upload your conveyancing certificate into supporting documents. If your deeds are not electronically signed, then you can simply upload them here and confirm their certification. For those who are integrated with case management systems, you'll be able to select the files associated with that matter only. If you need to move the order in which your application type should be registered or removed from the title, simply drag and drop. There's no limit on the number of applications you can submit in one AP1, and if you can't find an application that matches your deed, all you need to do is simply select AP1, change the register, upload your deed, and proceed to the next section. We'll automatically calculate your lead application fee using the pre-populated consideration value from your SDLT submission, so no need to use a fee scale or a calculator. We'll also automatically upload and attach your SDLT5, reducing the risk of it being forgotten and a requisition being raised. Here in supporting documents, you'll be able to upload any supporting file like consent forms, power of attorneys, countersigned documents, and so on in one place. All along the right-hand side too, we've added some handy guidance when completing the sections, plus tips to help reduce common requisitions. For new users that maybe start to submit without any prior knowledge of the paper AP1, these guides can really help users better understand the sections and the land registry's requirements. Now we're going to move on to the party details. Here we split what traditionally was panel 13 into 3 manageable sections: applicants, proprietors, and other parties. As missing or incorrect party information is a common cause of requisitions, we wanted to group information in a way where you can move through the sections consciously, ticking off the required fields from left to right without having to jump around the form or clicking through multiple pages. As you can see here, majority of the work is done for us. The applicant's name, annual details as the lodging conveyancer are already pre-populated. We can also complete the applicant's role field because you've told us that you're lodging a transfer and charge. All that we need to do here is simply enter the lender's name. And as we start typing, it will suggest relative banks populating their address for service too. We can also confirm our details as the lodging conveyancer. And if your firm's process is to support staff to create the AP1s and then conveyancers lodge the application, you can simply select the lodging conveyancer from a list of users within your firm here, and you can update their contact details here if needed. Now we move on to the proprietors section. We call it this because we know that there is a transfer being lodged, and so a registered proprietor will be a transferor. As we've ordered the register on this matter, we're able to populate the proprietor's names here. We're also able to populate the conveyancer's details from the SDLT submission, and again, associate the borrower roles for the discharge application and transferor for the transfer. All we need to do is simply add in the lender. If there are any other parties within the application, then they can be entered in this section here. So if we have power of attorney or beneficiary, you just need to select from the drop down. And as we've built the form, you'll notice on the left-hand panel, we will update with key information just to help you review the information supplied as you go as well. And as I move to the associate applications section, the task is similarly to review the application. So we have the 2 borrowers and the lender for the discharge, the transferee and the 2 transferors for the TR1, and the borrower and the lender for the new charge. All that's left to do is to complete the address for service for the applicants. You can enter the address for each proprietor yourself, including their postal, email, or DX addresses. Disclosable overriding interest is defaulted to no for ease, and again, to speed up the time it takes to complete the form. Here what I have is what I like to call an integration within an integration. If you are on the LMS panel, you can link your application to your LMS case number, and will automatically send them your submission receipt and then completion of registration details once your application is complete. So you don't need to go off to a separate website or portal for the conveyancer zone for the LMS. Then we move further down to the notes section. This is a fully flexible product, so any information you need to put in there to make your caseworker aware of, you can put that in the notes section here. We also integrate with our MRO1 lodgement software, and we will pre-populate the certification wording straight into the notes section for you here as well. Finally, here at the bottom of the form is where you can confirm the credentials used to submit the application. These should be stored in your InfoTrack settings, but on occasions where your land registry EDRS account changes, say you update the password, you can update them here as well. You can also include any third-party recipient information here for all correspondence about this application. You can simply select a colleague from the drop-down or select other user to manually enter the details. And then finally, on save or print, we'll actually populate a paper AP1 form for you. It will be a form you're familiar with through the land registry. You can review or download and print and share where required. And we'll of course send you an email over or send the file back to case management. If you're happy to submit your application instead, we'll send your EAP1 to the land registry and instantly we'll return a submission receipt showing your application's land registry reference, so you know that the application has made it to the day list and therefore has priority. I'm now going to head over to our AP1 dashboard that comes along with the AP1. So as with most products on InfoTrack, we have what I like to call a big brother overview of those applications. So here we have the applications that have been submitted for the AP1. You can filter through these AP1 submissions using the ribbon across the top. So we can look at requisition outstanding, warning of cancellation, requisition acknowledged, etc. We also have a handy export tool, which will put all your submissions into a CSV file, so you can filter through those for any auditing purposes. I'm going to click on requisition acknowledged. So what you're going to essentially have is a WhatsApp style chat that you can have directly with your caseworker. So you'll receive your submission receipt and any requisitions will come in through this chat. You will be notified by email as well, and then you can respond to the requisition and that will go straight to the caseworker. You can check the day list for any pending registrations against the title. You can look at any related files that's associated with the AP1, and again, you can add any additional recipients. We have some really cool little features along with the dashboard. You can add and update any internal notes to let colleagues know that maybe it's been dealing with or it's left with the client. You can request further land registry action that will go straight off to your caseworker, whether that's extension of time or cancellation, etc. And then, as I said, you can respond to the requisition. So as well as just using the box here to free type any message you want to your caseworker, we do have this really cool feature called regenerate details. As we know, panel 13 can be a real pain point, and that's where a lot of requisitions are raised, whether it's a spelling mistake or the party roles are incorrect. You can actually make the amendments there. And what that then does is put that in a format that we know the land registry are going to accept, preventing further requisitions being raised and obviously causing delays. You can add any additional parties, and obviously you can delete anything you need to. We can upload any supporting documents here as well. And as I said, this is a free type box as well. So anything you want to put in here will then go straight to the caseworker. So along with this dashboard actually comes the AP1 calendar as well. So rather than having sticky notes and calendars maybe on your wall, you can use this feature and you can be super organized. You can have a look over the month, see what's coming. So we have obviously AP1 cancellations and OS priorities that will be included in this calendar. So that is InfoTrack's AP1 solution. I'm going to pass back to Rich just to go through any questions we may have.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that, Kelly. We've had a couple of questions in. Is one user able to create an AP1 draft and another user able to submit the application?
Absolutely, yes. One user can draft the AP1 and then another can go in and submit it.
Excellent. Can I lodge first registrations digitally? That's a common one we have.
Yeah, that is. No, so the land registry still require that first registrations are submitted by the post because there's no title number that's been generated yet.
Excellent. And is one user able to create an AP1 draft and another user able to submit the application?
Oh, I think we just had that one, didn't we? Yes, so one user can draft it and then another one can go in and submit it. That's fine, yeah.
Excellent. And sorry, the last one, do you lodge a paper AP1 form also?
So no, on submission, you are sending the land registry an electronic AP1 form as data.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. If you do have any other questions, just either pop them in the Q&A or, we've had one quick through. Most of the type of registrations I do involve an AP1 together with an AN1. Am I only able to complete the AP1 and upload an AN1?
And upload an AN1. What we'll do is we'll take that one offline and we can go through that one together actually.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that question. We'll as Kelly said, we'll come back to you on that one. If you do have any other questions, just pop them in the chat or the questions, we can cover them. Without further ado, if we can just bring up Caitlin from Prosperity Law. The firm at Prosperity Law are integrated and use our AP1. Caitlin, thank you for joining us on this. How does being integrated with your CMS support the management, submission and monitoring of the AP1 applications?
It's a lot more organized. The fact that there's a calendar to let us know when the OS 1s or 2s are running out, so we know when to get the AP1s on time, is really helpful. It ensures that we are never left vulnerable to not having our applications in, and obviously reduces any risk of that. Similarly, the monitoring of the AP1s through the reply to requisition section on InfoTrack ensures that no applications are cancelled or forgotten about. It also ensures that registration is never missed. It also makes replying to requisitions a lot more easier and faster. For example, I've had a registration of a transfer of equity on Monday, and I asked for it to be expedited Monday morning, and it was registered by the end of the day. And that's because of that WhatsApp chat that you've seen, the back and forward. I was able to speak to the caseworker directly and get requisitions responded to like straight away. I feel like a lot more at ease AP1s through InfoTrack than I ever did using the land registry portal.
I think you'll agree, and most other people trying to call the land registry and even getting them to answer the phone to answer a question is a task in itself. So yeah, absolutely. Having the WhatsApp style chat does speed up a lot of the aspects. Given that a large percentage of the submissions is now pre-populated, leading to a high level of confidence in the accuracy of your data, do you feel more confident that there will be a reduction in errors and or raised requisitions?
Yeah, definitely. Already, there's been a clear reduction in the amount of requisitions received by land registry, and more of our purchases are flying through to registration without requisitions even being raised, or if they are, then being sorted and registered in a matter of days of it being raised. So definitely. Excellent.
And how does the two-way integration streamline your workflow with the case management system?
The integration means that most of the information is already pre-populated into the AP1 whenever we come to do it. So for example, at the minute, I have a caseload of over between 80 and 100. I don't have a post-completion team. I don't need one, because the two-way integration means that whenever you do an AP1, it's so much quicker. We've went from taking about 20 minutes to send an AP1 and all the documents to the land registry portal from it being about 2 minutes just to upload it onto InfoTrack. It's really, really quick, and it just saves a lot of time.
I guess that the next question is probably already I already know the answer, but what would you say to firms that have not, taken this next step in going digital, and they're still submitting their AP1s manually? What will be your advice to them?
Honestly, even if the land registry weren't changing how they accept scanned copies of the AP1, I would still recommend InfoTrack for submitting AP1s. In my opinion, it's the best way of firstly saving time doing an application, and secondly making sure that an application is never missed or cancelled, leaving your firm at risk. I'd happily recommend InfoTrack's solution to any law firm or anybody that I know who does conveyancing, because it's made a huge difference to our department.
Excellent. Well, there we go. Caitlin, I just want to say massive thank you to you and Prosperity Law for your feedback and obviously great clients of ours. And, you know, you heard it there. Everything that Caitlin's gone through, it supported her team and it's sped up the process. So thank you again for joining us. Basically, if you're DPS or Proclaim, we have a couple of integration videos if you want to see how they work. I'm just going to pop them in the chat there for you. So you can just click on them, go through. They're not a Hollywood blockbuster. They're about 2-3 minutes long. So go make a cup of tea or coffee or a nice cold drink on a hot day like this and watch the video and it will give you an insight into it. If you are looking to get integrated with DPS or Proclaim, either contact your account manager at the relevant CMS partner, or you can contact your account manager if you're with InfoTrack, and we can then liaise and start getting the scoping sorted for you. Without further ado, I just want to say massive thank you to Caitlin for joining us and giving an insight into how the firm uses the AP1 and the integration. And lastly, Kelly for the overview of the AP1. If you have any other further questions, please don't hesitate to email us, sales@infotrack.co.uk. It's 11:26. You got 4 minutes to go and grab a breath of fresh air. Thank you very much for joining us. Bye-bye.